Hello everybody, welcome back to Bass and Bonsai. We're going to jump down here and talk about a bait that I had a long time ago in a land far, far away. Or maybe just a few years ago. So let's jump down here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, these are the Wobbleheads. Years back they did carry them at Bass Pro. Some of you guys, old schoolers or BFS, I was still using spinning gear and stuff like that. I'd use some of these. These little bitty ones will be awesome for your lighter tackle, and it even says right on there, spinning and ultralight tackle Wobblehead Junior. The Wobblehead is a 3/8 ounce, and I'll just let you guys see that. You can read it for yourself, or you want me to read it to you. Attach split ring to the top of the lure, insert hook, 1/2 inch. I ain't going through all that, but I'm just going to tell you how to use it. You basically allow the lure to sink to your desired depth, right? Wobblehead gives a variety of soft plastic and begin a slow, steady retrieve to give the lure a snake-like motion. So what they're telling you is you throw this out, and when you pull it back, that head just lets it, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You just have to put a worm on the end and cast it out, and you'll see. Now, if you use a snap ring like I do, you can hook in directly to these. You don't need the split just like with your crankbaits. You know, if you don't use snaps, then you're better off. You don't want to try to tie directly to this. You'll kill the action. You want to have the split ring hooked up. But you have the 3/8 ounce, which is your standard, and that's the way they came. These are more of the translucent ones, and these were $9.99 a pack. Go to Wobblehead, look up Wobblehead, and go to their website. And these are considered 1/8 ounce, the Wobblehead Junior. But you know, the 1/8 ounce with a worm is going to be heavier, kind of like your 1/8 ounce shaky head with the worm. But I plan on using, like, say, your 4-inch Z-Man finesse worms or robo worms. They also sell kits with the worms or whatever, but the worms are known to not stay on these as well. I remember when I first had them. They also have an updated Pro version, they call it, Pro Series 3/8 with the VMC hook in these right here. And the difference is, let me try to open one up for you guys. Let's just open one up. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. The original ones is easy to see in the package. You know, they got a shiny hook and you can tell what they are. Oh my gosh, I can't get the package open. So let's just dump out the Pros and take a look at them. Now what they've done, as you can see with the Pro version, it's the same exact design. Okay. They've done, you know, colors are going to be a little different, and the way the hook is clamped on, instead of just the standard, you know, hook that actually I don't remember ever having issues with the old ones. You actually have a VMC, almost like a, I guess what I would consider this being sort of like what the some of your newer chatterbaits are. You know, a little bit better hook VMC. I know a lot of you guys think VMC is not that great, but hook doesn't feel too bad. Pretty sharp. Rig you up. It's got a good bait keeper system on there. You shouldn't have a problem with whether it be a Z-Man or whatever kind of worm. And you can use other stuff. You know, just try different things out. But man, the wobble that these things create, and it's just like it says, you test it out, and like where I did real good with these, the reason I really liked them, brother and his buddy, you just throw them out like ponds and places and reel them real slow, and fish will just come and eat them up. But we were at like Lake Jacomo, and I want to say Maple Leaf also, and Devin was fishing in the back of the boat, basically just trailing these along the back of the boat through the shallower water. And when we were in Jacomo, he was throwing it through the grass to where I was actually getting up. So I quit throwing in there. I can't remember what I had, like a square bill. I had something. I was throwing a little further out, away from the inside the grass. I was trying to hit the grass line. He was throwing this wobbler. It was a red. We always had best luck back then anyway with the red-headed ones and like a red worm, the old Jean LaRue's. But he was just bringing it through the grass. These things actually go through the grass pretty good. And he tore me up. He caught 2 or 3 2-pound bass, and I didn't get anything to stretch. and we just kind of got away from it. But they're out. I guess I don't know if they ever went away, but I hear it's under new ownership now. And I got the idea from a guy. He posted it on one of these Facebook groups I'm in, and he asked what these were, and I'm like, hey, I know what those are. But then the other guy jumped in and posted the link to where these are now. So the Wobblehead, it's a legit bait. It will work. You can use BFS, the lighter version. They have all different colors. You can buy singles or pairs, and then you can buy pairs with their worms. You can buy their worms separately. All kinds of stuff, guys. Right. Yeah, that's what Sergeant Pavlov's talking in that. Yeah, the ones I remember getting, you could get the two big ones or two little ones, and they came with two worms, and that's just how you bought them from Bass Pro Shops. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same one. The one you're talking about having is, I think, only one company's ever made these, and a lot of people talked about Uncle Josh pork rinds. The old school ones, they sold this through Uncle Josh to stick your pork rind on it, and it give the pork rinds action. It'll give any soft plastic, any bait, soft plastic. If you still have any of those old school pork rinds, that you could definitely create added. It adds action to any of those soft plastics. So even your bigger worms, I mean, you could take this one, even though it's not that big. You could add a 10-inch. Maybe even some of those magnum worms, and it's going to get it moving a little bit, maybe give it a true snake-like look in shallower water. It's not going to get real deep on any of these. This isn't a deep bait, the 1/8 ounce. With a real little worm, maybe, I guess you could, let it sink down, or, one of these, a 3/8. You could maybe get a little bit of depth, but this isn't good. This is going to be for your shallow, along the banks, or shallow grass. Those things work pretty good. Now, it's been years since I've even had any or used them, but I can't remember back when Bass Pro quit making them and the few years that they did carry them. But man, these things were definitely well worth the money, so that's why I jumped in and bought. This is actually, you're looking at about $30 worth. I think it's $9.99 for each one of the little bags, and I want to say these two Pro ones were right around that, or maybe that was with tax too. But I wanted to try out these, see if I like these better, if I just like the old original ones just as good. And so look forward to videos. I'll be maybe put a video together. I'm sure you'll see us fishing with these at some given time. I just wanted to get that out there to you guys that follow the channel to check those out. I would recommend, at least if you're wanting BFS stuff, get either a pack or a couple colors if you like. They have these original, or this isn't the original. These are actually the shinier ones. They've got the originals, which are same colors, but just in that more of a dull color. These are kind of almost a metallic red, green, or chartreuse looking color, blue and purple. And then they got the black and blue in the Pros, and they got a bunch of different colors. Or as far as that goes, these are pretty simple. You can just paint them whatever color you want, with the rattle can. If worst case scenario, paint starts chipping or whatever. You want to customize, make your own ones. They're not that complicated to bait, but man, they work good. So anyway, I got to slap them in a box here somewhere, and I'm running out of room in my tackle box. You guys ever have that problem? Like, you got so much tackle for your little tackle box that you just keep trying to make different room? Just set up your Calcutta Conquest. Well, order some of these. You can cast it with the Conquest, the little juniors. All right, guys. Yeah, I went fishing yesterday. Be looking forward to that video. I'm like a couple weeks behind. Also, in case you guys wondered on fishing, the video I just put out today, me and Charles were down at that crazy strip pit, crystal clear water. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But there's 2 more coming. One on Wednesday, and probably put the other one out Friday. I just split it up and caught so many fish, over 50 bass. Like, it's crazy, insane, crystal clear water. Nothing big. I don't think we caught anything big. I don't know. I'm losing my memory. But you talk about place loaded with bass, one almost right after the other, and we were on it, real crystal clear waters, old strip pit. Watch that video. But then I got a video coming out. Me and Emily went. The next day was on a Sunday, Mother's Day. That's one video. That'll probably be out maybe this coming weekend. Then I got me and Bones. We've already been out fishing at the place from the time before about the new water video. That was yesterday. I caught a big one, guys. I ain't gonna tell you how big. Watch. Stay tuned. Wait for the video. All right, who's got any more questions? That's the theory behind the one. What's the theory? That's the theory behind the one-handed on your reels. I don't even know what you said. If you want to know, some of you guys have been asking. I talk about it, I guess, all the time. I answer the question all the time. The single lifestyle handle, the single handle, came about because I was trying to get Daiwa reels as light as the Aldebarans, the Alphas and the Pixie, to be as light as an Aldebaran when all the original BFS, really before they started saying BFS, they just called them finesse reels. And so I took out everything. I took everything off an Alpha, and I think I was working on an Alpha's reel, but and then I switched to a Pixie to even try that. For some reason, I could not get a Daiwa as light as some of these Shimano's, but the original Aldebarans. But I decided that I didn't need two knobs. I only turn with one anyway, so why do I need two? So I cut it off. I actually took, I was kind of like you seen some of these flipping reels? I had the whole line guide mechanism completely taken out. All the guts that work it, I took all that out of one of them. I got that baby down to, I want to say I was at 5 ounces even, is I think the lightest I could get one to, or maybe just under. And I had the KTF spool, no line guide whatsoever, half, single lifestyle handle, internally, and I almost got actually Mega Bass Zona Rosso that Emily has right now. She still uses it with the Alphas with the Kasuji spool. Those are a lot of money in reels that I basically gave her. They're hers to use, along with the Shading X and an old cheap. Yes, you guessed it. Lightning rod, 6'6" medium. I'm telling you guys, that is like that mid-range BFS type rod for $34 that works awesome. Throws 16th ounce shaky heads or 1/8 ounce or up. Just throws those baits awesome. It has a lot of backbone, fairly sensitive if you're using braid. It's a hard rod to beat and just throw it around, and that's her backup to the Shading X. It's not as good as the Shading X, but there's a few $100 difference there in price. But it's a good backup rod if in case you forget one, or you want one rigged up with something, it's bottom contact, and you want to throw a moving bait. You don't need quite the sensitivity that Berkeley Lightning rod. I'm telling you guys, those are good rods for $34. I don't have any at the moment because I sold one to Jeremy, gave Emily one, and so yeah. How'd I go getting off on rods when I was talking about baits? I don't even know what I was talking about. But on the single lifestyle handle, I put it on that one, and then I liked it. And then I think I put it on one or two others, and next thing you know, I'm like, I'm putting it on all of them because I just felt the double handle gets in my way. Like you see some guys, you'll kind of flick the drag star, and on one of them on a few of them, I took the whole drag star teeth off. Like I just had a little knob, kind of like I think Depths has one like that, and I was trying that. I don't really like that. It looked cool, but I actually like to be able to have access. That's one thing the single lifestyle handle will do. It'll take away that one side, let you just be able to loosen or tighten the drag real quick. I like the clicking audible drags. I like to have my drag just tight enough, to where it's not going to break the line or the rod, but pretty tight. But then if a fish starts running, I can either reach up real quick and maybe loosen it a hair, or if I, goofed up and I'm like, oh, it's too loose, I'll tighten it a click or two. And I don't know, I feel the single lifestyle handles, they work. What do you guys think? Some of you guys, I know you hate them, and some of you guys like it, and some of you guys are like, that guy's he's not all there, but we deal with him. That could be. I think that's my family. That's probably not you guys. That's not you guys. That's my family. So anyway, if you like this video, me talking about the Wobbleheads, I'm not talking about your old uncle getting out and getting drunk and having that old Wobblehead, and you know what I'm talking about. We've all had those uncles. I got several of them uncles. My head get to wobbling when I get to drinking? I might have to put a video out on next time I'm drinking. I got a couple drinking videos. If you guys haven't even seen those, double check that. No, I wasn't driving. I wasn't doing anything dangerous, but we were out at the lake fishing, and I jumped in the golf cart, had a kid ride me down to the lake, and I caught a fish. Check that video out. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Go do something else. I'm busy.